now we have progressed in our very fruitful conversation to the point of concrete things. So now we're going to talk about how it's actually done. And let's start from Hanski. If you want to become a retail media owner, what would you do?
Well, you should call me.
Of course.
I can help you. No, just kidding. I think that I would want to map the consumer touchpoints I would have. I would want to check on my own media channels. I would want to define how much my own marketing would need, the inventory of that. And the rest would be the monetizable retail media for the advertisers. I would build a business case. If one company doesn't have capability or competencies doing it by itself, we can help definitely. We can build up on the business case for 3 or 5 years, estimating the potential of the high margin retail media revenue. And if it looks good and promising, then we can start the cooperation. Then we build up the retail media concept, do the actual media products. We defined, based on the company's consumer profile, what kind of an advertisers would be benefiting this clientele the most. Because one of the topics, not only the high margin retail media revenue is the most essential driver on becoming a retail media owner, but one would be enhancing the customer experience. So all the advertisers that are present in the retail media owners' channels should be like adding and boosting the customer experience. Then I would find a partner for selling the built retail media. And that's how we have built a sustainable retail media business with high margins. Easy.
Sounds very simple.
It is. We have done that many times.
Yeah, just call Hanski and that's it.
Essentially, that's how you do it.
So if you wouldn't call Hanski and you would call us, then we would say that you should start with the store in the core because, as I said before, the store or the physical environment is the most important retail media environment in Europe and in Nordics, especially for almost all of the companies. So start with store in the core. That's our design philosophy and our slogan, and then combine it with other channels where you have moments of purchase, and there you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could add something. We recently ran a survey among advertisers. It was only in Finnish scope, but we did a research that what are the most important retail media channels? Where is the most demand among advertisers? And it was store, in-store retail media.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from the technical side, I would say that first we would be doing some kind of audit of what the retailer already have. Does they have display network already? Do they have a software they're running it? What kind of background systems they have? Do they have some kind of store audio channel and such? And after this audit, we could say which parts of the network needs to be, built up and renewed. And after that, we have a technical base of doing those things. What these guys are saying.
Makes perfect sense. In this combination of channels, does traditional media still play a role?
Yes, of course, especially from the advertiser's point of view. Because if you think that, retail media can affect the buying path in its different phases. But for example, traditional mass media, it's a great way to, for example, add awareness of the brand and so forth. I think that they go finely together. They kind of integrate, I would say.
Which complements which, would you say?
I would say that if you want to have the hard metrics and measurable business results, you get them via retail media. But if you want the actions and reactions and likes and all that stuff, then you get it from the traditional mass media. But I think that the best result comes from combining these, because you would need both.
And also, if you think about retail media and the traditional formats in there, there still will be stickers on the floor and such. So they don't coexist with the digital ones.
And it would then require from the advertiser a more holistic thinking of not just brand but also marketing strategy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is this a challenge that you come across? Is this like understanding that we have in the Nordics currently on the retailers or advertiser side?
Well, I think that on the advertiser side there is a brand marketing budget and then there is a retail media budget, but I think that they are closely, aligning themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good development I've seen.
Yeah. Well, there's also, if you think about all medias together, there's like customer experience funnel, which might start from the home, from the TV, prints, online and such. Then you are going to buy something, you are walking to the store, you see some outdoor advertisement, that's part of the experience also. And the end of that funnel is basically in-store retail media, when you go to the store and you make the decision to buy something.
That's the story in the core philosophy.
Yeah.
Now, essentially, that is the story, the core philosophy. Yes. Well, if we go into specifics a little bit, how would you maybe combine retail media to other channels, be they digital or traditional, at a country level and on a Nordic level?
As an advertiser?
Yes, as an advertiser, yes.
I would start testing my target group hypothesis via retail media. Just the testing, like A/B and different kind of, I would challenge my hypothesis on the users of the products, and that's easy to do within retail media. And I would get those learnings and then optimize my marketing plan and then test it further.
Exactly.
I would do that. But how about you?
Yeah, that sounds
What's your plan?
feasible. That sounds very feasible, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, because this is interesting from the perspective of we know that we Finns as a people, we have some national traits that are completely different from our neighbors in Sweden, for instance. That this understanding and iterating throughout the process would probably be key in reaching success, just to understand the differences between audiences that are divided by country borders.
Yes, and it also helps to get to know the retail media, get used to it, finding the benefits or if it's suitable for you or not. But I would say it's suitable for everybody.
Yes.
You should test it.
Exactly. But not too long. Just go out there and do it, right?
Yes.
Well, here we are actually in a question about measuring. We talked about this a little bit, that measuring is important, and we landed on the understanding that the standards currently are not there yet. So let's talk about some KPIs, what would be interesting and important to look at. So when we measure retail media in short and long term, and also in soft and hard impacts, what do you think is key? What is important?
Advertisers' point of view or retail media owners' point of view?
Both, I would prefer.
Both. Yeah, I've had like hundreds of discussions during this year with the possible and current retail media owners, and they would say that everything that they do should improve the customer experience.
Right.
And on top of that, it's a nice add-on to have the high margin retail media revenue, of course.
Yes.
But I would say that for the advertiser's perspective, the unique trait of having the incremental sales uplift possibility, seeing if you put €1 into the marketing campaigns, how much more you get for that as an incremental sales lift. So I think it's the most important. But as for the soft metrics, I would say that the advertisers, for example, customer base and the changes of that, especially if you use retail media as like a long-term customer programs, building up loyalty or acquiring new customers. So there could be many. I think it comes from the advertiser's business.
What concrete measures would you use in measuring customer experience? What, in your opinion, is the best way to measure it?
We have been doing some cases, and I think that the number one question would be, as a retail media owner, are these messages disturbing your experience. So that's number one from the retail media owner's perspective. As for advertisers' perspective, I think that the feeling of meeting the brand in a different environment would be an interesting topic to explore. So is it suitable, or is it surprising, or is it possibly like damaging the brand advertising? So.
Yes, and this is going to be interesting to measure, right?
Yeah.
Outside of surveys, how would you go about this?
How would I measure? I think that the digital environment gives like kind of a cost-effective ways to do it. Yeah, quick pulse on and so forth.
Right, Teemu.
Well, then there's of course the end user experience.
Yes.
How consumers perceive it, and talking about
soft
in-store
impact.
retail media again. As I said, it's the least saturated environment, and according to studies, it's not disturbing ads are perceived in stores. So that's something I would measure.
Yes. How about Sami? Give me KPIs.
Well, first of all, we have to understand that retail media is so new as a business that there is no standards at the moment. The standards are brewing at the moment. So there is different ways of measuring, but I think the money is always a good driver. So first I would start, measuring the incremental sales, because everything else comes when you get that. Then you get the business, then you can expand your business, and then you can start measuring everything else. As a technical way, we have so many different kind of ways of analyzing customer behavior. At first there is a lot of data that retailers already have, what we can use, and then there is different kind of sensors what we can use also to track how people are moving in the shop area, and make heat maps, and even analyze if they are happy or not, if they are looking the screens, if they are going near the products that are advertised. There's so many possibilities, endless maybe even.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people who are contemplating on becoming a part of retail media or integrating retail media into their marketing are not aware of these metrics that are already possible to measure.
Yeah. But because there's no standards at the moment, you have to agree on the metrics with the customer basis.
But with the standards, IAB Europe and also here in Finland, IAB Finland is doing a really hard work to solve that. So we will soon get the standards, because I think that, for example, the definition of retail media is very good and it's widely used, and it's originated from IAB Europe. For example, we use it. Yeah. So I think that the standards are coming up sooner than later.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Please do not wait for them. So act now.
Just do it.
Exactly. Yeah. What would you say is the biggest benefit in having standardized standards, so to speak?
The measurements, the KPIs, of course, and then there's also the practical side of, selling and buying retail media. Pricing, because we had a discussion about the prices before, so yeah.
Going back to the measurements, the closed loop is specifically a feature for retail media that allows the incremental sales, right? So can you go a little bit deeper into this?
Well, the closed loop is the most fundamental differentiator between retail media and all other advertising formats. So as the retailer knows, if the products are sold, you can measure the direct effect on the advertising when it has been shown, if it has an effect on the product sales.
And also you can measure it because the data is in the core of the retail media, and you can utilize this data in different retail media channels, especially in the in-store, but also other apps and all that stuff. So you can possibly, via that closed loop measurement, you can optimize the upcoming next campaigns via that. So you can see that in this channel, this audience performs and provides the best incremental sales.
And if you also have loyalty data. You know which customers do buy the products and which do not, so you can optimize that too.
Yeah. The data is really interesting because in retail media there is typically two kinds of data. There is the point of sales data, which products were in the cart, and then there would be the loyalty data, knowing that there is Sami, 25 years, handsome young man from a
25.
yeah.
You can double that.
Yeah, but the combination of this is the most beneficial thing about the retail and commerce media players. And that brings us to the possibility to even optimize the whole business, not just the marketing plan, but the product development, even logistics, and so forth.
Right. But as like a collection of what we spoke, would you say that we have customer KPIs, we have sales KPIs, we have customer loyalty KPIs that are then linked to the customer experience, and on top of that we have the brand level KPIs that we can already start measuring with the ways that we have at our disposal now, but also the standards are coming through IAB.
Yes, both those KPIs are good for the advertisers especially, but in some cases also for the retail media owners. But for the retail media owners, I think that the most important would be the customer experience and the development of that, and then of course the high margin retail media revenue, as we spoke before.
Should measuring also be channel specific, Teemu?
Ultimately, no, it should be over all channels, but you can start with by channels and that's okay.
Exactly, at this like starting point,
Yeah.
and from then on we expand.
I might slightly disagree, because if you would want to optimize your marketing plan, so maybe you should see, okay, the overall picture, but then what are the different channels so you can optimize? Well, it depends.
Yeah,
It's
you
case
should
by
do
case.
both.
Yeah, exactly. No one size fits all.
Yeah.
This is always to be tailored to what the need is currently.
Yeah.